Now then, welcome to the next edition of Dead Men's Sheds and Roadside Free Piles. We've been building up a little pile here, and I thought it's high time that I did the video, and then I can allocate various bits to various places, put them away effectively, because you've got to put stuff away, otherwise you end up in total chaos. Now here we have a set of quite cheap, by the looks of it, stamped spanners. Yeah, they're all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, made in Germany. 5, it's by CK Germany. 6, 7 and 8. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe they're ignition spanners, magneto spanners. You tell me. Yeah, I think CK was quite a good make. But there you go. Little set of spanners. And number 8 is 8mm. So number 7 is, no, yeah, it could be 7mm. Number 6, it's a bit splayed out, but that looks like 6.5mm. Number 5 is 6mm, so that doesn't work. Anyway, anybody know what they are? Love to hear about it. Okay, so next thing, Dulux gloss non-drip buttermilk for wood and metal. It's virtually full. Well, that's great. That'll come in handy somewhere. I think the buttermilk, it's like a light cream. Some of the windows in the house are buttermilk, so that's wonderful. And it's virtually full, so therefore it's not going to be going off and drying out. In previous editions of my life, where you've got a tin shed. Let's zoom out a bit. Where you got a tin shed, tin roof, second-hand tin, you would gather together all these odd tins of paint and gloss paint and just mix them all together, and you get this funny sort of grey browny colour, but it's fine for painting the roofs of sheds. And then we got another one here. This is plastic, and it's virtually full. Valspar. Exterior, tough and durable, 15 years. And it's a, I don't know, what colour is that? You tell me. Is it light green? Is it grey? Is it pale blue? Don't ask me, but a lot of you will know. So that would be interesting. But that's a, it says base 1 there, whatever that means. Yeah, there you go. Okay, right, next thing. This is quite interesting, and I'm not sure what it is. There's a pencil sharpener there. There's a hole there and a hole there which a pencil could go in, and there's a little hole there. Okay, and that slides up and down. There's a little hole there, and there's a level. I don't know, do you put a pin in there and put a pencil in there? Is it some sort of highly evolved type compass or what have you? I don't know. Again, somebody will know. Tell me what it is. Yep. Then we've got these. This came in a separate pile. I put some glasses down somewhere. And I thought, and this says 455 cobalt. Yeah. I think you'll want to see that. FMP. Right, let's just see if we can zoom down on this. There we go. Can you see that? .455 from what I've cobalt, from what I've investigated, can either be stainless steel or it can be tool steel. Now this has got slight rust patches on it, so I think that is tool steel. Tell me otherwise. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Next thing, the Automobile Engineer's Pocketbook by H. K. Thomas. Okay. 5th of February 1944. And it says 1943 there. This is a bit tricky. Yeah. Got calculations there. Axle, steering and wheels. Gears. Laminated springs. Engine efficiencies for various compression ratios. Amazing, isn't it? 1943. Yeah, I think I know somebody who would like that. Right, next thing. What is this? That's springs, yeah. And it sits in that curved socket there. Right, let's zoom in a bit. Right, this is going to be okay, and it's curved and it's a point. Sprung loaded. So that obviously sits in there, so that therefore that's a smooth something. So does that poke through something, and then you put a cotton or a line or something in there and it grips it in there, and then you can pull it back through. That's what sort of occurs to me. I think there might be some lettering on that. Whether or not we can see it would be... Hang on, I'm just going to go and wire brush that. Okay, yes, and I've taken a photograph of it, and it goes Browns made in England. Yeah, there we go. So don't ask me, or I'm asking you, what is it? Which sounds a bit like something out of a red dwarf. Something about a white hole spewing time for those red dwarf aficionados. Yeah, yeah. Okay, where these were quite phenomenal. Right, zoom out. Hey, and they were partially rust seized, right? But it didn't take much to get them going again. And this is a Barco 10-inch, yeah. And it's an 8070, made in Sweden. and it does open up quite a long way, and it's quite robust. I can't believe anybody would throw that away. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, Barco are sort of one of the ones, aren't they? And there was another one, slightly worse for wear, but this is a 0672/250, made in Sweden, Barco. Little bit of damage on the end there, yeah, but what a worry. A lovely, again, it was partially seized up or seized up, but it doesn't take much to free these off, and not a lot of slop, so they haven't done a lot of work. Why would somebody throw those away? Don't know, don't ask me. Right, strange. We've got this, and this is a power supply. Quite interesting. This didn't come from a free pile or from a dead men's shed. A mate of mine gave me this. Yeah, but it's got one of those very strange Chinese plugs on it. Yeah, no fuse. Let me just try and untangle this. Yeah, I'll see if I can plug it in. Can you see that? Yeah. And let's get the multimeter on this. That will be positive on the inside, negative on the outside. That says 9.4 and that says 9.16. Okay, that switches off. Switch it back on. Yeah, it goes down to 9.4. Yeah, 9.3, 9.4. Okay. And what does it go up to? And we're on, okay. Wrong way. 59, about 59 volts. I think there are some capacitors in this because the voltage takes a little bit of time on the multimeter to change. Okay, so it's 9 to 55 volts, something like that. That's a useful bit of a kit. I wonder what it says on the back. It goes input 100 to 240, out 9 to 24 at 3 amps. Alright, so when you've got a load on it, it'll be different. The load will hold the voltage down. But that's a useful bit of kit, isn't it? And we might find a use for that quite soon. So we'll just put that over there. Come on, stuff. Right, this is a weird one. This is very, very weird. Okay. So, that's a thread. That's a spike. Okay. And that tap won't undo, but you unthread this, okay, which pulls that out, and then the tap will close. I wonder if it's stainless. Oh, I think we've got a magnet here somewhere. Here we go. is it stainless or is it nickel coated brass? That needle is steel, okay, that handle isn't, none of that is, and the needle has got some rust on it and the point is bent by the looks of it. I was thinking it may have been something for a vet, but not if it's... I think it needs to go like that, does it? There we go. And that threads in. Yeah, I was thinking, is it for a vet? Something weird. But not if that middle bit is just steel and it's got some rust on it. And then this lot is nickel brass or something, and we got a wooden handle. Somebody will know what it is. Somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Petrol and oil engines. Their principles, construction and uses. 2 and 6 net. For those people who don't know, that is 2 shillings and 6 old pennies, when there were 12 old pennies to a shilling. What have we got here? 4th edition. I can't actually find a date. Ah. The D1 there, power braking systems, and the telephone number is 1156 or 1157, and telegrams. Yeah, great, isn't it? Right, so we got all the pictures of these various engines and what have you. A gear pump, I'm assuming that is an oil pump. And what's this? A Curtis 750 horsepower Super Conqueror. That must be an aeroplane engine. Yeah, no date though. Printed in Great Britain by Temple Press Limited. Okay, no date at all, and nobody's put their name in the front with a date. Interesting. Again, I think I know somebody who might want that. Yeah, right, carrying on. I think we need to zoom down on these. Zoom down a long way. Okay, I need my other pair of glasses on here as well. That one says Boy Scouts, so that's a Cubs badge, I assume. Yeah, and some stars, which I think would be to go along with that. And then there's a little badge here that says Junior Pilot. Strange things from a previous century. Yeah. I can't remember. I think... No. You tell me. I think the stars were something to do with achieving something, and you put them on your hat. But I might be wrong. Yeah. Again, if you'd like to clarify that, that would be wonderful. Yeah. And I don't think the Junior Pilot has anything to do with this lot. But it's a reasonable quality badge. Yeah, right, let's zoom out now. 0 to 60 volts. There's a little wiggle there, so it's AC, and reasonably big posts, so it's not needing a shunt. Yeah, I could use that if I wanted, but I prefer digital nowadays. Yeah. Put that over there. There's another one here with some wires on it. Amps, 0 to, let's call it 50 volts, 50 amps, and it's small, so therefore this requires a shunt. Now, who do we know who was talking about wanting to measure current remotely? And that's exactly what this would do. You put the shunt in line, yeah, and then this can be on the end of some relatively thin cables at quite a distance, yeah, and it works off millivolts. It's a millivolt meter, yeah, and you get the right shunt for the right meter. So there you go. And look, anybody who can tell me what all that means, that would be great. 5 amp 9/95 SW 793829. And there was a label, but it's unintelligible now. Okay. Right. I think we need to zoom out a bit more now. We've got this planer. Right, give me a second. Right, we've got this craft planer. The cable looks a bit worse for wear, but the restraint is still in place. A Craft Powercraft EP600. Yeah. And the belt's still working, and the blades actually don't look too bad. And you tighten them up with these spanners here. There's a notch there. Okay, and it's hit various things. Alright, but the adjusting handle is still in place. Let's just plug this in. See if it works. Have I plugged the wrong cable in? No, it doesn't work. Okay. Assuming I plugged the right cable in. Shall we just see if there's a fuse in here? I think we ought to, don't you? Because you never know. It's happened to me several times. I've picked up bits of equipment that don't work. Oh, there is a fuse. And when you get to it, does this show continuity or not? Not really. It's supposed to. Oh yeah. Why are you squeaking? Okay. Yeah, the fuse works. So either the cable stuff, which looking at this bit here, well, that live is not broken. Yeah, that needs investigation. I mean, I've got a power planer, and then of course I've got the big planer thicknesser, but I think it might be worth just having a look at this one. I have to take the side off and check the continuity from here to there, check the brushes and all that sort of thing, but maybe might be worth 10 minutes investigation. And if it's burnt out, it's burnt out, and if it's not, well, how many people use hand power planers nowadays? How many people do anything? That's a very good question. I'm starting to think that people who do things and repair stuff are becoming a minority. I might be wrong. Prove me wrong. That would be great. Yeah. So here we got another Bosch drill, a CSB 550RE. Okay, it looks like it's got forward and reverse and speed control and what have you. And when I got this chuck was totally seized, so all I did was stand it up and pour some oil in there and leave it there for a month. But the chuck is a mighty weird, yeah, and I think we're going to have to zoom down on that in a minute. No, let's do that now. Can you see that the jaws are rounded? Yeah. And I don't think that could have been from just letting it spin on something, but it's rounded. Yeah. Not come across anything like that before. I think the guy from Elderly Iron, Jeff, would go, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life before, except in American accent. Can't remember what his second name is. Jeff Blackberry? No, Bradbury? Might be that. Yeah, but that's weird. That is, yeah. So obviously you can't hold small drills in it, but you can hold big drills and there'll be more grip. Maybe. Let me just get a series of drills and see what happens. Okay, right, we've got a small drill here. I'm guessing it's around 3mm. Yeah, it won't hold that. But it will hold that one. And I suppose because of that curved face, you've got bigger contact. It's a Jacobs truck. Yeah. Don't know. It's a Jacobs. Ah. It says half inch. It goes 1/16 to half inch, 1.5 to 13 mil cap. Or is that gap? Half by 20 S2 Jacobs UK. Well, that's not right, because that won't hold a 16. It won't hold a 1.5. So maybe it's that it is that worn. If that is that worn, then this has been given some serious welly. Let's get rid of that. I think we should just try this, don't you? Interesting, it's actually got a Jacobs chuck on it. I think this might be a bit of a specialist drill. Okay, we've got the quick connect here, so let's just flip this open. Negative. Okay, that should be live. Forward and reverse works. It seems like the speed control works as well. So all we need to do is put a fresh cable on it. It even came with the chuck key. Don't ask me. Another weird is a weird thing. There we go. Right, what else have we got? We have maintaining and repairing VCRs. Again, something right. I've got mucky hands now, so yeah. Ferguson model 3755. Well, that must be a type of VCR. I think most of us know what a VCR is. Yeah. Yeah. And there was a lot of tapes around, and even the charity shops didn't want them because they became valueless. Okay, more stuff. This, I think, came from Owen. Hitron or Citron. Yeah, it's a router. Okay, and the cable's been cut off, but I think we have a power supply here. Let's plug that in. Power. I'm not quite sure how much power to put into this thing. Well, they're normally 12 volt for these, I think. Oh, there it goes. Input 12 volt DC. Okay. Well, we know we've got 9 and a bit volts. Okay, so we just turn that up a bit. $12.8. I've probably got a load of power supplies. Well, that says 12.8, 12.9. Well, I'll be. And let's just poke that in there. We've got some lights here. Yeah. And we've got some lights here. You might not better see them. Shows power on. Yeah. I'm just wondering whether that would make a quite a high powered wireless internet repeater. I could put that in my office, and I don't know how far it's supposed to go, but it's quite a modern bit of kit, so I'm assuming the wireless will be better than some of my old ones. And somewhere there should be a little hole, and you can poke something in there and it will be on a reset. Okay. Power light still on. Yeah. That's something for a rainy day, isn't it? Yeah. Ah yes. Now I think these came from Owen. These are RCDs or trips that fit in a Wilex fuse box. Anybody who doesn't know what a Wilex fuse box is, well, I consider it's the old Bakelite type. Come on, focus. That's better. The old where you've got the wired fuses, you pull them out and replaced it with a bit of wire, with the right fuse wire. And somewhere in various of my videos I've used a bit of that wire for this, that and the other. And here we've got a 63 amp, whatever it is, but these I use as isolators for the solar. Just positive, negative on the DC side. They seem to work alright. Yeah, never given me any grief, but just work as a very cheap isolator. Have we got everything? Have we got another meter here? I know we're going through a lot of stuff. And this is a central, that's 0, 2, 2. And it says on here, full scale deflection, 60 millivolts. External shunt, 500 ohms. That's a lot. Again, Owen might be interested in that, but you have to calibrate it himself. But you've got discharge and charge. Yeah. We're nearly getting to the end. This is a sewing machine speed controller. as you know, I'm very much into Singer sewing machines. This says speed adjuster. Oh, I don't know, is that Legion? Model HKT72C. 200 to 240 volts, 50 hertz. Yeah, interesting. So obviously your mains power goes in and through there and all that lot. I think that's just worth putting in my pile of sewing machines for another day when I need them. I think we're just about done. Just another set of heavy duty mole grips. No name on them that I can see, but they're reasonable duty, and the jaws are in line. They're not all bent and twisted. It says Taiwan, but they're still there, and the jaws are not horrible and bent over. And mole grips, a trade name, or gorilla grips, or I can't remember what they call them across the pond. It'll come to me in a minute, but they're very handy. Oh, last thing, this, yeah, this came from Owen, and he obviously got it out of a dumpster. Yeah, they're rubbish. At least this one is. It gives it. If you remember a few years ago, there was all these adverts showing all the heat coming out of these things, and these were the brilliant thing. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I mean this one switches off after a minute or something like that, and it only gives about 300 watts. Although it was saying, and it doesn't say on this one at all, but in the adverts it was saying like 3 kilowatt or something ridiculous. But yeah, avoid at all costs. Yes, yeah, you're not gonna singe yourself with this. Shall we plug it in and see? Here we go. Let's plug this in and see what happens. Are we switched on? We are switched on. Well, that's most peculiar. Is there a switch? Oh, there we are. Right, we got some blue lights. Shows 20, if you can see in there, blue, 28. That's going down. That's temperature plus 32. It's sort of warm. I suspect it's faulty. So we got fan there, and we got negative and positive. Odd little thing, really. Anybody got any experiences with these? It would be very interesting to hear from you. I suppose if you put your hand right next to it, you would end up scorching yourself. But here, yeah, 6 inches away, there's hardly any heat at all. And it says temperature 32. I don't think it goes much more than that. Yeah, temperature down 28. I'm assuming that's an internal temperature sensor for the temperature in the room. So you could set it at like 15 degrees or something, or 16 degrees. And that's some sort of countdown: 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10. Don't know. And you press this and it goes 6. That's a timer down. 56, 55, 54. Switch that off. Yeah, odd little thing. Yeah. Anybody used one and found it has a use, let me know, eh? I don't know whether you can see it. I think you can see those blue letters in there, but yeah. There we go. So there you go. Yet another pile of bits and pieces. Those Barco spanners, something else they are. Let me know what you think this is. Is it some sort of weird bloodletting thing for the veterinary services? Yeah, who can tell? This thing here, is that to do with rug making or what have you? I can't see it be saddlery because I don't think it's made well enough, and it's too big diameter. Yeah, I mean there was a whole, there was a bit of period in the 60s where a lot of people made their own rugs, and it was a sort of hobby at the time. You got this sort of canvas and it was marked out, and in short little bits of wool or what have you, and you knotted them and pulled them through. I wonder if that is something to do with that. Yeah, interesting stuff. Let me know, talk to me about it. There's one or two bits that I'm going to try and find homes for. Otherwise it just goes in store, and in another 15 years time no doubt it'll end up in the skip. Right, oh, whilst we're here, just one last thing. I've been continuing experimenting. That's about, it's dry now, and that's about 6 inches high. So that will go in the next firing, and this is the Thetford clay. And as we know, this Thetford clay, because of the iron in it, will react with certain glazes and change the colour of the glazes. Right, cheers for now.